breaking news. Harry's pressing $28 million problem after public stopped believing what he says. Putting pen to paper, or more accurately today, hands to MacBook Air, is no easy feat, even for those who have earned their publishing stripes. Pity then novice scribe Prince Harry, who is currently hard at work on his debut work, a memoir, due out next year. In July, the news broke that the royal was set to release a book, making him the most senior member of the British royal family to turn writer since the Duke of Windsor, the other famous bolter, published A King's Story in 1951. Harry, reports soon speculated, would be picking up about $28.8 million, $20 million US. Not bad at all for a wholly untested writer who got a B in art and D in geography in his final exams. The book news seemed par for the very lucrative course, joining the seemingly ever-growing list of 8- and 9-figure deals which he and wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, have inked since bolting the royal stable. Lost in all the hubbub was the fact that the stakes here are mammoth and that how his book performs, or doesn't, will serve as a pivotal moment and litmus test for just how far the Sussexes have converted US audiences to their cause. Now new details have emerged about how Harry the writer is faring as he beavers away, giving the impression that the pressure is being dialed up on the rookie scribe. For one thing, the royal will not be the only big name putting out a palace tell-all in 2022, with the announcement that former Vanity Fair editor Tina Brown, the author of the definitive Diana biography, will be putting out the Palace Papers, Inside the House of Windsor, The Truth and the Turmoil in April. This will be far, far, from another on the list of cash-grab Sussex-adjacent biographies, given that Brown is impeccably connected and with the book's publisher promising it will tell the real story of the House of Windsor since Diana's death and will irrevocably change the way readers perceive and understand the royal family. Already, it has been reported that Buckingham Palace is bracing for the book to hit shelves, even this far out. Hatches need to be battened down. The corgis sedated. The priceless mice and porcelain out of smashing reach. Brown's release date, months before Harry's, could scupper the success of his book. Take the as yet unanswered question of which member of the royal family made racially charged comments about the Sussexes' unborn son's skin color. This is exactly the caliber of nuclear-grade dirt that Brown has made a name for herself serving up, raising the very real possibility that she could name the Windsor in question. If this came to pass, it could be a huge blow for Harry and his publisher, Penguin Random House. This Weekend reported that, per royal insiders, Harry is under extreme pressure to identify the unnamed royal in his autobiography. Leaving aside the devastation this might cause to his intra-family relationships and his chance of ever getting back onto the Buckingham Palace balcony, from a purely commercial standpoint, Brown beating him to the revelatory punch would be devastating. People aren't going to queue up to buy a book whose biggest secret was unveiled months before. The publication of Brown's book will come with a wave of global publicity. The danger here for Harry and his team is that by the time his book is slated to come out in late 2022, a certain fatigue will have set in. Getting the public to part with their hard-earned cash may well be a much harder task if it comes after months of juicy royal revelations sucking up the press and social media oxygen. Then there is the very sharp double-edged sword situation going on here. Fail to really air some dirty laundry and the book could well end up flopping. After all, no one is spending $30 to read about Harry's daily regimen of activated cashews and the power of compassion, or that one-time Princess Anne was overly competitive playing Monopoly at Sandringham. Tepid insights into Windsor life are hardly the stuff of sales gold. Consider too here, $28 million checks generally very possibly only get handed out in exchange for the promise of dirty laundry airing chart-topping revelations, not 100,000 words about one's conversion to green juice and the power of meditation. Polling done in July found that 67% of Brits were not interested in the book, while in the US, 51% said they're not interested at all. Only a scant 9% of American respondents were very interested in the work, along with 16% who were fairly interested.